Hey guys, hey, welcome back to another episode of Bad Beast Barbecue. Hey, tonight we're down in the man cave cooking up some sausage and chicken gumbo. I know I usually cook up in the kitchen, but right now we got a lot of DIY renovations going on and I can't cook up there right now. So for the next couple of videos, we'll probably be down here at the bar on the man cave or in the man cave. But hey, I can't complain. I got a bar stock full of alcohol and got my music and my TV. So let's get down to it. You know, gumbo is a traditional dish served down south. Growing up in Louisiana, we always made it. My wife still makes it, and she makes it the traditional way with the big cast iron pot on the stove and browning all the meats and sauteing all the aromatics and then making the roux, stirring for several minutes. But we're going to try to do it in the pressure cooker and kind of cut that time down in half. Now, we're still going to make a roux, but it's going to be a quick roux in the bottom of the pressure cooker. So we've already done all the prep work, so let's go ahead and get started. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put about a tablespoon of vegetable oil down in the bottom of our pressure cooker, which is heating right now, so that we can brown our meat. Let me get that out of the refrigerator right quick. All right, so we have our meats. The first thing we're going to do, we have a little bit over 1 pound, almost 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds of smoked sausage. We're gonna brown half of this, and then we're gonna brown the rest of it once the first batch is done. You don't want to put too much in your pressure cooker. You want to give the pieces of meat an opportunity to brown. So we're gonna let the first batch cook for about 3 minutes, and then we're gonna do the same thing to the second batch. So hang around, let us brown this sausage, and then we'll come right back to the next portion. Okay, so we got the last bit of our smoked sausage browning in the pressure cooker. We're gonna remove that. And we're gonna brown our chicken. Now this is 2 pounds of chicken thighs that have been seasoned with some Zatarain's Cajun seasoning. So we're gonna brown those also. All right, so let me brown this chicken, and once it's done, we'll take that out and we'll get started on making our roux for our gumbo. So don't go nowhere. So as you can see, our chicken has browned nicely. We're gonna go ahead and remove this from the pressure cooker, and we're gonna start making our roux, which normally is the hardest part of making any gumbo. Because if you burn your roux, then your gumbo won't taste good. So hopefully we will err on the side of caution and have a fantastic roux, because that is the basis for any good gumbo. Okay, so everything is out. Okay, so in order to make our roux, we require, we're gonna put 1/4 cup of vegetable oil down in our pressure cooker. So we got 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, leaving the liquids from the meat in there also. Okay. The next, we have 1/2 cup of flour, and you have to constantly stir this. Okay. And then we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning, okay? So the ideal is to keep this cooking, keep stirring until this mixture turns to the color of peanut butter, okay? So, and it's not taking us long at all to get to that. So, but you want to cook it enough to where you kind of cook that flour taste out of it also, all right? So, all right. So, seems like we ran low on a little liquid, so we're going to add just a little bit more vegetable oil just to make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom of our pressure cooker. Okay. So remember, this is a constant stir, so this is the one part you can't just throw this in the bottom of the pressure cooker and walk away. All right. All right. So it seems to have gotten close to the color of peanut butter. We want to scrape the bottom of the pressure cooker to get all the goodness off the bottom of it and incorporate it in that roux. Okay. All right, so now that it is the coloring of peanut butter, we are going to go ahead and add our aromatics. So what we have in this container here is we have 1 bell pepper cut up, 1 large onion, 4 cloves of garlic, and 1 celery stalk. And all that's been finely chopped. And well, it's finely chopped as I can get it. So, and we're gonna add those to the roux and get all that vegetable goodness softened. Okay. So we're gonna let that cook for a few minutes. You know, these are the kind of dishes that we love down south, especially when it starts getting cold. Even though gumbo is good year round. My mom used to cook it year round. My dad would eat it anytime, you know. So I used to love when my mom would break out her big cast iron pot and start browning meats. But normally in Louisiana, they have a lot of shrimp and a lot of other crab and things of that nature that would go into this. They have the variation where you have okra gumbo too, where they use okra and things of that nature, just chicken gumbo, just sausage gumbo. So gumbo has several different variations. So if you're ever down Louisiana way, you go down to New Orleans or one of those Cajun restaurants, sample some of that, their gumbo. You won't be disappointed. All right, so our vegetables are sauteing. It should take about 5 minutes for them to soften up, okay? Okay, so before we put our meat back in here, we want to deglaze this pan a little bit. So I'm going to take a little bit of the chicken stock, put down there, and I'm going to deglaze the pan to get all of the goodness off the bottom of the pot. Okay. Add a little bit more liquid. All right. So I'm gonna change the recipe up a little bit that I got offline for this dish. So I'm gonna put in 2 quarts of chicken stock like they said, but I'm gonna put 1 in first, let it cook a little bit, then I'll put my meat in, and then I'll put the rest of the ingredients in. So here's the first one, and this is just the remaining chicken stock from what we use when we deglaze the bottom of the pressure cooker. All right, so we'll mix that up. Let that simmer. See if we can get that to a good simmer. Okay, now that we have the vegetables and the first 2 quarts of stock well incorporated and simmering pretty good, we're gonna go ahead and add the rest of our ingredients and get it locked down so we can cook under pressure, okay? So the next thing we're gonna add, we have 2 cans, 10 ounces each of Rotel. Now the original recipe called for diced tomatoes, but I thought maybe this diced tomato and green chili combination that Rotel provides would add another kick to this gumbo. So we're gonna put 2 of those in there without splashing myself. So there's 1, and there's 2. And we drain these cans, so the only thing we have coming out of here is the tomatoes and the green chilies. And keep stirring and incorporating, okay? Then next we're gonna put our meat back. So we got our chicken and our sausages going back into the mixture. And make sure you get all that juice that's in there also. You don't want to get rid of none of all that goodness, okay? So, and last but not least, we have 2 more quarts of chicken stock. Okay, and we'll take our spoon, get that mixed real good. All right, and then we'll throw in a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Okay, and we'll sprinkle a little pepper in there, a little coarse black pepper. All right, get that incorporated. Continue to scrape the bottom because I don't want any flour residue on the bottom. Smells good already, and we haven't even cooked it yet. Okay, so now put our lid on. Oh, make sure you check your seal. Make sure your seal is always checked. Okay, if not, it'll never get up to pressure. Okay. Okay. Lock it down, and we're going to set it for 15 minutes, and we'll see what we have when we come back. So hang around and check out the results. Okay guys, we're back. The gumbo is done. It took about 20 minutes for the pressure cooker to get up to pressure because of the amount of liquid that we had in there, and it cooked under pressure for 15 minutes, and then we allowed it to come down on its own or depressurize for about 16 minutes or so before we went on ahead and did the quick release for the rest of the pressure. So we're gonna go ahead and open it up, see what we got now. Throw a little kitchen bouquet in there to give it the right color and have a taste test. So let's check it out. That looks fantastic. Yep, that looks fantastic. All right, so let's put a little kitchen bouquet in here to kind of give it the coloring that I'm looking for. You don't need too much kitchen bouquet because a little bit goes a long way. Okay. Oh, I'm wasting it everywhere. All right. And it seems like it was a lot of chicken stock for the amount of roux that we had in there. So I think what we're going to do is that we're going to put together a little slurry mixture of cornstarch and water, probably about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch to 2 tablespoons of water. We're going to put this in here as a thickening agent, and it should give us the right consistency. Right now it has kind of a soup consistency. I want it to be a little bit more of a thick gravy type. Not too thick, just have a little bit more body. But let's see what we got here. I got a bowl full of white rice here. We're going to scoop a little bit in here and just see how our flavors came out. I do like the idea of the green chilies. All right, let's see what we got here. It's very hot, so give me a minute. It's got some good flavor. I can taste the sausage. I can taste the Cajun seasoning. I think it needs a little bit more seasoning, so you can season the taste once it's finished cooking. But all in all, I said for a gumbo being made in what, roughly an hour, once you get all your meats and aromatics and everything chopped up and sauteed and brown, you can't beat it. So that was about it. Not bad at all. So that's about it. So if you're looking for a quick gumbo recipe, check this recipe out. I got this idea from a website called Daddy Cooks Dinner, and I'll put the link in the notes. And cook yourself a nice pot of southern gumbo to keep you warm during the winter months, okay? Last but not least, I want to thank Jason Ganal from GQ Barbecue for this smooth little drink glass that he sent me. Appreciate it, Jason. I told you I was going to drink my Crown Royal out of it. That's just definitely what I have here. So a little Crown Royal and a little gumbo on a Saturday night. You can't go wrong. So like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. If there's fire, then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there. See you guys around the smoker.